Yes, people, how we doing? Very quick turnaround. Very quick turnaround. Big up to everyone that locked in from the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Big up everyone that's just joined now. Big up to anyone who's watching this back. But we are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition. And I'm smiling because even though Liverpool are top of the league, and we'll get to that because I know Barnes and Pops are going to have plenty to say about Liverpool being top of the league. I am free, people. It's literally Monday, which means it's the 2-week anniversary of Ten Hag being sacked. I'm literally I might post about it on the socials during the show. I might not even wait to fall asleep and then wake back up. I might just post it. So big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you run up the likes because you lot joined over from the raid. There's over 160 people in here. We're only at 14 likes. So hit the like button on the video, share across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Ruud van Nistelrooy wins his last game as interim as Manchester United not only win 3-0, we are now at 0 goal difference, people. You get what I'm saying? Manchester United Football Club now at 0 goal difference, people. So the only way is up. First win in Europe in over a year. I think it's the first one in 11, 12 games. We're now at 0 goal difference, people. We're now only like 4 points off third place. Word to Saidi talking about title charges. I ain't saying all that, but we going to rise up the table. As for Liverpool, they're 5 points clear, flying. Yeah, you could argue that Villa should have had a penalty, but we'll get into all of that. But big up everyone that's locked in. Let me bring in the Bayesian man them in the building as well. Barnes, Pops in the court. What you man telling me, man? What's good?
You ain't playing them on yet, bro.
My Lord, Joe, you sound like Lex, man. Jesus. Jesus. What are you saying, Pops? You good?
They got man again, man. All good.
Yeah, man. Love that. But yeah, we'll just get to it. Yeah, I'm blessed. Like I say, man, free from Ten Hag, man. I'm still over the moon about that. The 3-0 is just added it like season. I'm looking forward to the season now. I genuinely be looking forward to games. So Amorim starts technically today. So we're going to see what's what. International break and then we back. But you lot, flying 2-0 win against Aston Villa. City lost. Arsenal and Chelsea drew. So a great weekend for Liverpool fans. We'll go to you, Barnes. Thoughts on the game, the performance, etc. I actually didn't manage to watch it. So it'll be interesting to hear the perspective from you two.
3 points.
Before you go, hey, big up to my guy Sava. Sava, you're my guy. Make sure you subscribe to Football Heritage, one of the best content creators out here. But nah, you know what I'm saying? You keep Ange, we'll keep Amorim, my friend. Go on.
3 points. Not the greatest of games on our part. Couldn't hold possession really well. Had 2 good counters for a goal. Get the 3 points. But the first goal that we scored, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm glad Núñez scored a goal because if he didn't score, a lot of people was talking about that's a red card. Mm-hmm. David Coote waved it off that it was no foul on Mohamed Salah.
Really?
When we saw the video after, when we were doing the watch along, and they showed the back camera, so Coote was running with the play. You saw when Bailey took out Salah, he did this. Like it was no foul. Pops brought it up because he's usually a little bit ahead of us. And then I saw it. And I was like, nah, it's even better now that he scored. Because if he had not scored, that wouldn't even have gone to VAR.
That's crazy.
Because Coote said it was no foul. When it was a foul. And it would have been a red card. In a matter of the law. Which is crazy. First half, Villa was getting everything. Coote was calling all the fouls against us, giving them everything. But we took our chances, the 2 chances. Núñez should have had a hat trick in this game, I'll be honest with you. He had one. He should have scored. He blasted over the bar, and then he should have scored that one as well. But the cross came in very heavy, and he just put his head. He didn't flick his neck to get it at the goal. He should have had a hat trick, and it would have been an easier win than it was. However, kudos to the king. Kudos to Mohamed Salah. He got the assist for the Núñez one, seeing it wasn't a foul. He did kick it in the open space, and then he took his goal brilliantly. He put Martinez on his bum, and put the ball in the back of your net, calm as you like, as I say, running down the wing, Mohamed Salah. Hey, 10 goals, 10 and 10 GA in November, right? But yeah, he's a one season wonder, as some people would say.
That's crazy.
8 goals are behind Thierry Henry as well to pass him, level with him on assists.
And he's done it in Premier League all time.
Correct.
Okay.
In less games. He's about 8 games.
Salah a problem. I'm tired of Salah. Quality player.
But yet for all these he's a one season wonder. But yeah, we digress. But yeah, Nunes could have done better. He took his goal well. He scored the hardest of the 3, to be honest with you. Diaz didn't have the greatest of games. Jones did decent. McAllister wasn't the best. Gravenberch played extremely well. But we got to talk about the 2 center backs. Ibu and Virgil was monsters. I'm not going to lie. That is the best center back pairing in Europe, hands down. 2 of those guys are absolute beast. Ibu is especially, as he was slightly better than Van Dijk, in my opinion. He was doing a madness, wasn't letting nothing come in your box. You can't outrun him, you can't outmuscle him, you can't outjump him. What do you do? But hey, 3 points. We go into the international break, top of the league, top of Champions League. Life's good. And Ryan, you need to go and pick a different squad, bro. Because
don't worry, I already timed him out. Don't worry about it.
Super negative to being a Liverpool fan.
I timed him out. This is me. You know what I'm saying? He annoys me about you lot. I can't stand Liverpool, but I timed him out. Don't worry about it, man. Ain't no time for that. No time for that, man.
But that's it for me. Pops, your mic mute.
Floor's yours, Pops, man. Thoughts on this guy's smiling face. I was saying Liverpool Villa.
But if that's what he believes, that's what he believes. What's wrong with that?
Leave the man alone, that's what it is, because it's Ryan. That's why. But you know what? You just haven't worked with him. Work with him for a couple of weeks and then you'll figure it out.
That's my guy, 16 out of 10?
Yeah. That's Mr. 16 out of 10, yes. Yeah. That's Mr. 16 out of 10. That is him. Shit, I ain't got that clip on this one. Nah, I don't. But yeah, it's 16, Mr. 16 out of 10.
Big up, man. Yeah. I actually rewatched the match last night. I was doing something. I rewatched it. And the ironic thing is that we did have a lot of possession, probably a couple hundred more passes than Villa, but it was their naivety on the set pieces and their carelessness on the throwing that ultimately led to the 2 goals that they conceded. Football is a weird game, man. Football is a weird game. The penalty call was actually right after we scored. So when he said it wasn't a foul for Salah, he actually said that the penalty was a free kick for us, claiming that there was a shirt pull because he did this, that there was a shirt pull before the incident or something. I honestly, right, I don't know. Because Konate did come across Watkins. Watkins, however, then made it look like he was looking to head to the Olympics because he ended up then 2 feet off the ground, embellishing it with a big dive, right? And I say, all right, you're doing a bit too much, and that's probably the issue.
See, but he said, before you carry on, just so you know.
Spots that first. I don't know why Flawless did that to him at first, but no why. Okay. That's 16 out of 10?
Just clarify. Yes, that is Mr. 16 out of 10. Yeah.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, but Villa is a very good squad when you look at the individual players, but not in good form. And when you watch how they were playing, it was opportunities for them in the game, to be fair, because we played with one single pivot. So you could see the middle of the part how there was opportunities to pick us apart. Equally, I was saying, all right, guys, there's a lot of space in here. Let's dominate the ball and pick them apart. And like the 2 teams were really capable. I think Villa had, as much as people say Villa had 2 chances where Keller made 2 saves, effectively is a 1 opportunity. Because if you score 1, you can't get the second one because it was just 2 corners back to back. So people say, it could have been 2-0. I said, well, you can only score 1. because it was a corner and a save and another corner and a save. So if he scores the first one, there isn't the second one. And if he only scores the second one, he's only one. So decide whichever you want and figure it out. But Kels was all right. No, I mean, people say some things that are kind of weird like that. Like if you hit the post once and then you hit the crossbar, it could have been 2-0. Nah, it could only be that's one chance still. If you score one, you don't get the second opportunity. Come on, man. Let's be logical.
Nah, you right. Trust me. Nah, Trust me, I understand your frustration.
You're talking about, but logically, you're saying yourself that because people just be saying anything. Guys. Yeah,
so it's like the last show we just did, and the guy was like, "Oh, if you don't believe in your team, how are they gonna win?" All right, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's that logic. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's from the same book. But go on, Pops, carry on.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, job done. 2-0 at home. Good result. Clean sheet again. As Barnes says, if you look at the quad that is Kelleher, Van Dijk, Ibu, and Gravenberch, that's a tremendous spine to start a team on. But equally, if you flip it over and you look at what Villa came with, Rodgers is a good player. I like Ramsey as well. You looked at Onana, you said as a big, strong physical midfielder that will give people problems. You got Watkins up front, who didn't have a good game, to be honest. So I think Ibu basically took him to task. As people would say, put him in his pocket, wherever you want. But Ibu handled him every single time he came out one-on-one. To the point where, right at the end, he was just falling over trying to get free kicks. I said, man, Watkins, you're better than that. You're better than that, man. But we ultimately were better than them on the day. But that team is a very good team. I'm looking at across it when we played. I said, that is a good team. I still think that they should be in and around the top 4, to be honest. But that's all about how they navigate through Europe, because they seem to be having a rocky road after European matches.
Yeah, they're in poor form.
So, yeah, Emery got figured out. Yeah, they are. And you could see it yesterday as well. They went into points where you could see the confidence sort of sap. He made some substitutions, and then you could see a little more impetus. And then it dropped off again when we just had the ball and passed it around a little bit. You had Leon Bailey on against the much maligned Robbo, and he hardly got a sniff, to be honest.
The much maligned Robbo. I like that.
Robbo had a really good game.
Yeah.
Really
do you think he's maligned too heavily?
Hey.
I don't think he's that bad. Go on.
What's weird is you got people in a divide over. You see it at all teams. So people like some players, they go to bat for their favorite player, and then they rag on others. And I find you can only be a 0 or 100. There's no sort of in between. So we don't argue that he's just better than him. So if my man is better than your man has to be shit. A barn.
Yes.
That's just how it has to be. And some people say, well, Robbo's old and his legs have dropped off. And I'm saying, but ironically enough, if you're an older player playing in a system where you're asked to do less running, wouldn't you be happier? In the toilet of your career, now you're saying you don't have to bomb up and down. All you need to do is possess the ball. You're saying to yourself, well, actually, this is a little better for me. But he's hearing it, or you're hearing it from certain sections that his legs are gone and he's past it. But for me, I'm laughing because there's nothing you can do in November with a player. So why bother with the slander? January is the 1st, the earliest you can get to a window and do something. It is what it is. What happened? So
would you be happy to? Would you be happy in January? Would you be happy in January to get a new left back?
Yeah.
Me no.
Yes.
No, I don't think that's the most important position. I don't think that's the most important position for me.
What do you think the most important position is outside of midfield?
DM.
Is it just midfield?
It's midfield though. It's midfield. Yeah. Mr. Locke identified midfield.
After DM, do you think it's then left back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just asking our interest, that's all.
Yeah.
Just to see where you
100. No, 100
level at with where you think the level that Robinson and Shimikasa are. So that's why I asked. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, we definitely got sure up in midfield for sure. Get another piece in there to shore it up, because we can't solely rely on Gravenberch and not have an actual quality DM there as well. Because as good as Endo has done for us over a short period of time and for short spurts, he can't be relied on for game in, game out if something happened to Gravenberch. I think that would hurt us tremendously. So Yeah, DM, and then definitely we need a better left back. Robbo and Simicast are two quality players, but Robert's sitting on the twilight of his career from the amount of running that he's done for Klopp. And yeah, his legs ain't the same, so I don't expect him to be able to do the same things that he used to do. He's a great defender, but going forward and his crossing ability, which was one of his strong points, crossing a ball, putting a ball in dangerous spots, he's lost the touch for that for some particular reason. But then Simicast on the flip side has done very, very, very well when it comes to crossing the ball and taking corners and putting it in dangerous spots for us to score. If you look back for the amount of for this season, the amount of goals that we've scored from set pieces, I would tell you probably about 60 or 70% of them has come off the foot of Simicast, from off a corner or from a set piece.
Oh, right. This has been that key.
Yeah, he if for some reason he just knows how to hit the ball and to get it in that particular spot. I would say 90% of the time the ball is getting in the dangerous spot. It don't go to just the first man, which that seems to be Robbo's problem. But hey, Simicast hasn't been a slouch defensively either, so people can't say that he's terrible defensively. He hasn't been a slouch. He's held his own. I've seen him shut down players. So two good quality ones, but we can definitely upgrade on a left back position, to be honest with you.
Well, that's very fair. Before we continue, there's over 100. Hey, you lot in the chat. There's over 180 of you lot in here. I'm only at 33 likes. Let's run up those likes, people. Girls up to 90 likes. Hit the like button because you're watching. You've not hit the like button. Mods, yeah, everyone make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV as well. Subscribe to my Beijing Bros, people. Support. You see it there. Pops is pointing eye on the screen. Beijing Reds TV. The link is in the title. The link is in the title. Click the link. It opens up a new tab. Subscribe, people. Make sure you subscribe to my Beijing brothers. For those that don't know, the reason I created this show because I'm also of Beijing descent. So you need to support even more so of that, people. Hit the subscribe button. Beijing Reds TV as well. And you two, I want to ask you lot a question as well because you lot have been confident on this from the start of the season in regards to Liverpool's chances of winning the league. Where do you think the reluctance comes from? The rest of, not all of your fan base, but some of your fan base in regards to saying that you lot can't win the league or are not favourites, or just if anyone else is five points clear, the fan base would be talking with, well, the fan base may be talking with much more chest and much more belief. But you lot have been the informed team. You mentioned, for instance, the Van Dijk, Kanate partnership, Gravenberch playing well. In Mo Salah, you've got someone who X Factor, who you know is going to deliver in more often than not. So we'll go to you on that, Pops. Why do you think that is in regards to some of your fan base?
Some people is probably first season, Mr. Locke's first season. So that's the immediate write-off. Can't come to the Premier League first season to win it. So that's one set of people. Second set of people was, all right, the flip side. Klopp is gone, so now we're dead. So that's another set of people. And then there's some people who believe that Klopp was dead and some of Klopp's picks were dead too. So the fact that those dead players are still here while the dead manager is gone for certain people, then you can't expect them to be better than they were before. Put all that together, that's probably, for me, that's sort of the majority of it. And then some people are just trying, I guess, having seen City and Arsenal go at it, and we were third last year, and we were in the mix up until sort of the back end of the season, rushed back some players from injury and end up losing some stupid games, Palace, Everton, for example. Some people just have that idea that City are going to get 95 points every season, and that spoiled a lot of sort of the enjoyment for a lot of people in football in general, because now you're hearing people saying, it's done. I said myself, it's week 11. How in week 11 could it possibly be done? That's mad. For me, the first time I looked at the table was after week 10. That's the first time I actually really assess who's first, second. Let me look and see. That's 10 games is enough to have a look and say, you know what? Let me have a look and see what's going on. After week 11, you were the worst team in the world. You were the worst. And you are a couple points off 6. Brighton 6 in 19.
Oh, yeah, we 4 points off top 3.
How many points do you have now?
We got 15. We're 4 points off top 3. As bad as we've been under Satan himself, and we're 4 points off top 3. Mike, you muted Pops.
You went mute. You mute yourself.
Sorry.
Oh,
What I was saying is somehow a 5-point gap from City to us and it's done. That's premature for me.
Okay.
It's premature for me. Yeah.
And
big
up Tom Little every single time.
Big up Tom.
Clearly gassed. Was on slot. La. What a start to the season. Need to get most contracts sorted this international break now to really cap off a great period. Big up Tom. Hope you're blessed, Tom, man. Hope your team loses, but big up to you, Tom, man. Every single time.
That's the truth. Sign the contracts. Get them wrapped up. Yeah.
The crazy part is about what you said, Pops, in regards to the first bit when you said, "Oh, it's his first season." And managers can't win it in their first season. We've seen managers do this. That's the craziest part.
I'm just repeating what I heard.
Yeah, you're repeating? Yeah, no, and you're not wrong to repeat what you heard. Yeah, I'm not saying you said that. I'm saying, but that back to when we're saying things that don't make sense, like you mentioned the 2 chances when you hit the crossbar and you hit the post. We've watched managers do this in this league before. I swear Mourinho won in his first season. Conte won in his first season as well.
Done it,
yeah. The Wenger might have won in his first season.
But he's not them, see? Who's this guy from Feyenoord? That's the other thing. This guy from Feyenoord, whatever. No one knows it. No, that's the general feel, right? So he can't.
He's a nobody. Yeah, he's a nobody.
Who's this man? So
yeah,
he's not
the household name that people are used to. Who is this Mr. Lock guy? Who is this bald head guy coming into the Prem and doing a madness right now? Who is he? People not confident, but to your question, Foz, you know what I think it is? And Pop's made a lot of good points. You know what I think it is? I think Liverpool fans over the last few years, because they've lost out the league by a point, by 2 points, they've been running. Last season, they were there to 34 games. They were up there in the title race and pushing hard not to come through. I think a lot of these people just being, well, some of them, not a lot of them, because Pops call out a section of his fan base. And then I think there's some part of the fan base that are just being more cautious rather than pumping the chest up because they don't want to be, especially some content creators, because they don't want to get clipped up. You heard me say it, and Pop say it too. We've been in the league, and
but the thing is, you said this even before this run YouTube.
From the beginning,
I remember you lot saying this from the beginning. Like that's what it is. You remember saying this from the very. It wasn't the form and the form of individual players and being and the 5-point gap, etc. And City being as bad as they've been. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, 100%. I for one never watched Feyenoord played in the last few seasons to have any idea what Mr. Locke. But what I did see from my own 2 eyes live is when I went to the preseason game in Philadelphia, and I was up high in the stadium, so I could see the entire pitch. I could see his style. I could see what he wanted to do. I could see what he was asking the players to do with the youngsters that was on the team, because we didn't have Van Dijk, we didn't have Kanate, none of those guys were playing. And you could actually see his tactics and what he was doing, the 4-2-4 press that he was doing in ball possession. You could clearly see a distinct style compared to how Jurgen used to have this team playing. And from then, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty confident, because Pops, we call him Dr. Pops, right? Pops is drilling ahead is this team last season run all the way down. A bit of hiccups cost us the league, bad results. Guys probably not having any stamina at the end, and we end up in 3rd. This team is good enough to win, because if anyone forget, a lot of the players are still in this team to this day are Prem winners, are Champions League winners, and they've won many trophies. They know how to win. And the fact that the style now has changed, it has actually worked out in their favor, and the rotations. Yeah, I was confident from the very, very, very beginning. That's what solidified it for me. And I run into the hills with it. Liverpool winning this league. And when we get to the second half of this season, flawless, I can tell you right now, once we clean up the Carabao, which I feel we win in our cup too, to be honest with you, once we get that one cleaned up, then you can hear me change my tone to something even more crazy.
Okay, we say multiple trophies. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, 100%. You're gonna start seeing the 4 horsemen sign come up.
Yeah,
That's what you're gonna start
we
to see.
saying that, man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we will be there because we might see you in that competition. Speaking of the Carabao Cup, we may see you there.
Yeah, you're in it too as well.
Yeah, we may see you there because everyone's left at Bar City because you are there, we're there, Spurs are there,
But that's it.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Arsenal's there. Arsenal's there.
Yeah, Arsenal went through. Yeah,
But
Arsenal
Chelsea
went
and
through.
City are out.
Chelsea and City are the two that went. Newcastle is still there because Newcastle dumped out.
Yes.
They dumped out Chelsea.
They dumped
But yeah,
out
this seems there.
City, innit?
So you could get two, yeah? You're going to get two, yeah, and Spurs beat City. You could get two very, very good semi-finals depending on who wins the quarters because they're two-legged as well. But now I hear you on that. Interesting to see. But I like the confidence. I do respect the fact that you lot have been confident from the jump on it. Like from the very beginning.
Let me ask you a question then, Falale.
Yeah, go on.
AB1, VVD, Ibu, Salah, Trent, McAllister. If you look at that, just them,
Yeah.
isn't that nucleus of a site what you're saying? If you had that and you add pieces to it, you contending? Minimum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Contending, right?
Yeah.
There
That's
you
why.
go.
That's why.
That's it.
As much as I would love, like when people were talking about your fall off, I was like, they're not gonna fall off. I said this. I said even if let's say Slot is a bang average manager, which he's proven so far not to be, just the quality of the players you have alone will have you at least bare minimum third. That's what I said. And I said if Slot's better than we think or is a good level, and that's what everyone who spoke like a Kaneki or Steve, people who watched that league, spoke on him very, very highly and said he's a good manager. So I'm like, all right, fair enough. So yeah, when you say that, I expected you lot. There was never going to be no fall off. When people said, oh, you won't finish top 4, I was like, that's nonsense. There's not 4 teams in the country better than Liverpool. I'd love to be able to say, yeah, there is, and make a legitimate argument for it, but there's not. Unless you lot would have had a major fall off, which hasn't happened, and teams exceeded expectations. Which, yeah, some teams are. You can say that about a Brighton, a Fulham, a Nottingham Forest, but how sustainable is it? Well, we'll see what's what. I get what you're saying.
So it's not irrational, is it? That's yeah. It's just rational. That's all.
Yeah, I never said because I'd agree with you. Like I never thought it was just the confidence from you two. That's all it was in terms of saying it because it was just new to me. That's all. Because no one else was saying that, especially at that time. Like there's more on board now, but even at that time, at this time, start of the season, people were not with that. It's flawless. We beat Southampton. Us versus Liverpool.
Drifty from Coppish. Said it before the season as well. Yeah.
Oh, did Drifty say it? Shout out to Drifty. Big up the whole Coppish gang as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Shout out. That fucks with Coppish. Shout out to them. So now you lot, it's all plain sailing and going well. And international break is they just wrap up the contracts.
Yeah, that is important. So Mo is not going to international. The Egyptian coach said Mo stay. He don't need him on this international break. So Mo's staying in Liverpool. Hopefully this is an opportunity for him to secure and get this contract done. Virgil, if I'm not mistaken, is suspended for the first game in the internationals because he got a red card in the last one. So I would actually like Virgil to say, man, I ain't even going to this international break because it's still, I don't even need, I'm missing one. Was it point to going for just 2? I would like that to happen, but Virg apparently, from the last report I've seen, it is very close for the signing to happen for his contract. It's a 2 years plus a third year as an option for him. So which is good. And then Trent will sign. I actually think all 3 of them will re-sign with Liverpool. Well, FSG is, they're my only headache, to be honest with you. They move a bit mad, so I don't put nothing past those guys. But I think all 3 re-sign.
Yes. First, what you saying, Pops, in regards to the potential signings during this international break? Warrior J, big up. Yeah, and it's been going through as well, Warrior J. It popped up.
Big up. Yeah. For me, again, is numbers. So if you look at numbers, they're saying, all right, if you offer Salah a contract with, and most people are saying he's going to ask for a pay increase, which isn't necessarily the truth because he's already highest paid player at the club. So he might say, you know what, just keep me on the same thing and give me a 3-year deal as opposed to the 2-year that I think the rumor is that they won't offer him 2, but he wants 3. I think Saudi is always on the cards because everybody keeps looking at Saudi Arabia and saying, sell more to Saudi Arabia for 200 million or 250 million or whatever. And all I said is, when has he asked to go to Saudi Arabia? He's not a man looking for Saudi Arabia. Look at his body, look at his fitness regime, and look at how he's playing. That's not a man that's ready to retire. And yeah, he might fall off a cliff. People keep saying that's the fear. You can't give him a 3-year deal because he might fall off a cliff. What you need to do is safeguard your present and then fix up the future. So you sign both him and Van Dijk to the 3-year deals. And then this is where the scouts earn their money. Find the next Van Dijk and the next Mo Salah, so that by the time you're midway through their contracts, you already have in position the 2 players are going to be the future to roll out. So when they're done, or if they actually do, as people say, fall off the cliff, then you say whoever it is, Bastoni, as a name people just throw there. So you can just say, here's Bastoni. Slip in here while Verge is not having a good spell. And all of a sudden, Verge is sitting on the bench and looking like a good option. And Verge might be thinking to himself, all right, I can do this for another half a season, but maybe I'll duck out instead of playing his final year and head to MLS or wherever, or maybe just done with football. Similar to Salah. If Salah is at the point where he's, as people think, dropped off the cliff and you found whoever that next person is, I wanted it to be Elise, to be honest. But let's say it's Chiesa. Let's say Chiesa is the next man in and they fix him up, and because he's still like 27, 28, something in that region. And he's the next man up. All right, cool. Then Salah rides out into the sunset, and then you find me the next man to back up Chiesa now. But you've seen it, Flawless. You've seen it. That's how the success stays with you. You don't kill everybody and then sell everybody and go again.
Facts.
Bit by bit, you have to look for the incremental sort of pieces and say, all right, yeah, he's getting close, but he's still at a level. Let me bring him on. But
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, but that's what we used to do back in the old days, Barnes. And we are old men, so we know that. That's what we did in the old days. You would see a man shake a man's hand when he went off as a sub. And you knew that was him saying, here you go, young fella. It's yours now. That was it. His substitute appearance. That was changing of the guard. You're in, I'm out. I know I'm done.
You can literally watch it in any team that's been successful.
You
United,
see it.
I've watched it. I've seen how United happen before.
You've seen it.
Early 90s, and you see it, and like to the 2000s, and then again later in the 2000s as well. But it's like, all right, this player's not playing this player type of thing.
And then you've seen the era where you had all the team getting all together, and you weren't seeing the replacements. Your last title, when you look at your squad, you say to yourself, yeah, all these men getting all together, and where is the next crop? Where is the class of 92 redone? Where's the... And that's where you knew something was going to happen, especially with Fergie being the man at the helm. If he was still there, you might believe, you know what? He still can do the deals that are required to get me back where the instant he left, along with leaving that squad, you're saying, all right, we got a bit of a rebuild. And that's what we are lucky with, because Wenger left and there was a drop-off. Fergie left, there was a drop-off. Klopp left actually on the way back up. So in his mind, he said, this is Liverpool 2.0. So as much as I'm tired,
signed a whole heap of midfielders just before he left.
Yeah. So Szoboszlai and Gravenberch are new players. This is their second real season here now.
And McAllister.
Do some stuff. And Max just joined. Yeah.
All 3 of them came in the same summer. All 3 of them.
So he's done a rebuild there. Yeah.
No, Fez. That's fair enough. I hear that. Again, you lot, any good questions we will get to as well, but big up everyone supporting. Again, subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. The link's in the title. Click the link right now, people. Whether you're watching this live or watching this back after the live, you can do that. Click the link. Big up to all the audio listeners as well, people. But yeah, it's all going swimmingly well for you lot.
You too.
You
headed off into the international break smiling, man.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Ruben Amorim's red and white army, man. Come on.
Yeah, but now all like
mind you, there's a work permit issue that hasn't got in yet.
So yeah, got a work permit, but you know what? They got Wi-Fi, they got StreamYard, they can pattern that. They got Zoom, Skype, figure that out. You know what I'm saying? That we live in 2024. They'll figure that stuff out. Because someone said about the work permit, I was like, they got phones. They'll be all right. They'll figure out whatever it is. He got 2 weeks anyway. So it's like, figure it out. But now all the good vibes, because first and foremost, Ruud did what he was supposed to do.
Big up to
like
Ruud.
He went, like Ruud did what he's supposed to do. Yeah, like won 3 out of 4 games, undefeated. Everybody's much happier. Football miles better. All he had to do was stop the rot. And he did that. He literally, 2 things he did. lifted the mood of everybody, positive vibes, and played Casemiro next to Agate. That is it, people. Legit, the only differences, like major differences he did, and you see the difference. Even today in the game against Leicester, all Manchester United did in that game was the basics. And we're better man for man than Leicester City. For the first time in however long, I can say routine home victory. I was never in doubt that Manchester United were not going to win that game. Yes, Leicester aren't great. Shout out to my guy Neil. When we did the preview on Beyond the 90, he mentioned how bad they are. And he was like, our right-hand side is terrible. He was like, you're going to have so much joy down the left-hand side. All of Manchester United's goals came from the left-hand side. But people have said that, Leicester are poor. Like, Manchester United haven't struggled against poor sides. Like, we haven't struggled against average sides. Like, come on, people. Like, use your brain. So it's kind of like good. Everyone played well. We played at a tempo. Like, against PAOK, it was very slow. It was very pedestrian. Even though we won the game, it was just very, it was just dry. However, against Leicester, complete difference. Like, the energy was there. I don't know if it's because it was Ruud's last game. I don't know if it was because it was a Premier League game, etc. But yeah, it was a complete shift. And it's been a complete shift. And I think Agate got man of the match, but him and Casemiro together both played well, and they're building an understanding as well. And it's just a dependable partnership. Agate, who would have thought? You play a 6 as a 6 and an 8 as an 8, and all of a sudden you see the best. And you play two players who actually are capable and want to do defensive work. Mad. Like, who would have thought, people? That's really not that difficult. Like, these two players haven't been here the entire season. And that's why I would never, ever let you lot forget the people that backed this and what that man was doing. And we struggling against everybody in the way we're playing. A Ruud who's not even equipped. Ruud ain't even good enough, by the way, people. Ruud's not even good enough to take the job permanently. And even he did the basics. Ruud just did the basics, and you see the difference. It's not difficult to beat Leicester City at home, or beat PAOK at home, or be competitive against a better side than Chelsea. Chelsea are a better team than Manchester United, people. However, we were competitive in the game and should have won the match. Only reason we didn't win the match is because of our lack of quality. I can accept that to an extent.
Yeah.
But I can't accept not competing.
Goal difference. And
we back to zero. And he left us in 0 goal difference, people. We back to 0 goal difference. Now it's road to +1. First win in Europe in over a year.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It just goes to show how bad Ten Hag was and how much these players just quit on him. They were fed up. They weren't listening to him. He was being completely tuned out, 100%.
Yeah. That's because of misery guts, man. He's that one guy in the office that when he comes around, we've all worked in them places where that one person comes in and everybody's miserable. The tone is normally the boss. I've worked in many places, people, where it's that one boss who just walks around like Death in Family Guy, and it's just miserable. Like, when they're not here, everyone's morale is high. Soon as they walk in, misery.
Yeah.
Grey skies, you know what I'm saying? Rain. Again, miserable people. Sadness. No happiness, nowhere. And that's what it was like with Ten Hag. I'll never forget Saeed said it after when he was sacked and we played Leicester in the League Cup, how the place was bouncing. It's Leicester in the League Cup.
No more Peaky Blinders.
No more Peaky Blinders. Middle of November, people. And it's cold in Manchester for those that don't know. It's always cold here. It's cold
now. You
now.
guys don't get cold, man.
It's cold here all the time. Raining. But the place was very, it's trust me.
Come to the 6 where I am, bro. Come and see what's cold.
Hey,
come, Flawless. Come.
I want to get to the 6. I do want to get to the 6. I'm not going to lie.
All I'm going to tell you is come to the 6 in summer. Don't step foot in this city in January, February, because as soon as you get off the plane, you jumping back on British Airways and you're going warm. Trust me. Because when you been chill at -30 hit you, you're going to be like, nah, I ain't want no part of it.
Nah, summertime, like, I ain't leaving one cold place to be in another cold place, but that's what it was with Ten Hag. Like you see how Barnes is talking, cold. Just miserable, and that's what it was. And he came in, and people still baffled me that they backed his manager. Still, even to his last few days, people, when all the excuses, which were nonsense excuses, ran out. I had so many people tell me it was injuries. Injuries don't affect your system. They affect how well your system runs. but it shouldn't affect your system. Shouldn't become non-existent because your first team players are not there. Bear in mind, nobody was missing people. Luke Shaw, who's always injured, was the only person that was missing. So what are we talking about?
You mean him Michelin man? Luke Shaw.
It's serious.
Michelin man.
People don't want to call him unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? That man's overweight and all these things.
Every season he's overweight. That shows that he's unprofessional. Every single season. He's coming overweight.
Let me ask you, Flawless. When you did the preview, what did your guy say about Steve Cooper? Because I get the feeling that the Ten Hag effect is happening over at Leicester.
Yeah. Neil says, you've had your... What did he say to me? He's like, yo, you've got your freedom. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you are in that state now. He's like, I'm waiting for mine because Cooper's terrible. Yeah. Like, the Leicester fans can't stand him. They really can't. And literally, how Neil told me it would play out. He said, our right-hand side is terrible. You are going to get so much joy on your left-hand side. And all our goals came from the left-hand side. And he's like, This is what I told you. Like, he gave me more confidence talking to him about the game. So he's like, no matter how bad you lot will be worse because of the Ten Hag effect, lack of system. Because he said we actually have good individuals to play to a certain level. And again, it ties into what I was saying about Manchester United. Competitive. I ask of my club to do the basics. Now, if you are challenging for a Premier League or a Champions League, that's when quality comes into it. But we're not there yet. I know that. That's why I'm not asking for that. People are like, oh, you entitled, you spoiled. No, I expect my team to go and compete because we're good enough to compete with any team in Europe. Not win, but compete. And they've shown that. Chelsea was the prime example. Chelsea are a better side than us. I will repeat that. We competed for that game and should have won. Same way when we played you lot and you lot rolled us over. That shouldn't happen. Now, you can lose to Liverpool. You lot are the form team in the league. I'll accept that begrudgingly. But at least go and compete. Same way Spurs beat us and the teams were struggling in the Europa League. And another thing that was so telling is that teams weren't even at their best beating us. That's when you know it's bad. When a team is not at 10, is not at 10. If a team is 10 out of 10 and wipes us, I'll just be like, you know what? They was on 10 today, fire. Teams are 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, getting results, even in Europe. Porto weren't good. Fenerbahce weren't good. 20 weren't good. Like, people can say, oh, they're better than you, but they didn't play well in those games. And we still got draws. So imagine we had someone who was competent in the dugout. And you've seen it with Ruud, who's managed and is at a competent level. And you see it, he just put Casemiro next to Agate. All of a sudden, our midfield looks so much better. Like, all of a sudden, it's not just getting ran through. Like, there was a pass today where Dalot played. It was a hospital pass to Agate, and the Leicester player, I can't remember who it was, got there in front of Agate. And then Casemiro tackled him and took the ball off him. Because he's covering for him. Same way someone went past Casemiro and Agate was there. It's like, this really, again, people complicate it and just want to defend their manager for whatever reason. I have no idea. But yeah, Amorim's here, and now this is where it gets serious. Like, Ruud was cool, vibes. Now I'm no longer on vibes. I said I was on vibes till Amorim, like, all right, cool, till Amorim was here. Now this is where the serious work happens. Like, how good of a manager are you? Because yes, these players are not good enough. However, I expect you to make improvements. Significant. Yeah. From Ten Hag. Significant. Because you're supposed to be a much, much better manager. So if you're twice treble the manager what Ten Hag is, then you should be able to do the results. Yeah, who says flawless, hopefully your team competes against Arsenal. We should compete against everybody, and he's running that gauntlet. We play Arsenal away, we play City away, we play Liverpool away. I'm not sat here saying we should win all 3 of those games and 9 out of 9. But one thing we should do is compete.
City, that's all.
Nah, we need to, because it's been too long since we went at your place.
Beat Arsenal City.
I'm saying, we need to beat you lot, because it's been too long since we won there. Yeah, it's been too long.
Pump the brakes.
It's been too long. No, I'm saying I want to. I'm not saying it will happen, but I want to. No, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? Is you lot. Yeah, that's my favorite place in the league to win. You know what I'm saying? I still remember stuff years back from beating you lot there. Even some of the good draws and stuff. So it's kind of like, I want to know. I don't even know Warrior J. I think it was 1 mile. Was it 2017?
It was
2018?
It was
1 mile when he turned Anfield into one field. Yeah, it was 1 mile. Van Gaal times. So it was like 2017, 2016. So
you got Arsenal at home in 3 games.
You had a 4-line.
Oh, it's Arsenal at home. I thought Arsenal was away. My bad. No, wait. Arsenal's away. I swear Arsenal's away. Let me double check.
No, I think you got Arsenal at home. Hey, people, there's 191 of you here. Hit those likes, man. There are 57 likes. Get it to 100.
Yeah, I knew I was right. Yeah, we play Arsenal away.
Is it away?
It's at 4th of December. It's like a Tuesday. So I'm interested to see, forget the results. How does he, I keep saying this, how he sets up in those games.
It's a Tuesday.
How do you adapt in those games? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. It's midweek. It's the 4th of December. Games, December is crazy.
Yeah,
Nah, Salah line. So Wednesday. Because there's games that weekend, then midweek, and then the following weekend as well. So like we play, for instance,
crazy.
Yeah, we play the 1st, the 4th, and the 7th, and everyone else will around that time as well. I'm not sure. They're saying he's training, but like away from the team. So
that's the guy there that you need. If you're going to play 3 at the back, he has to be part of one of them 3. Innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
So question for you, Flawless.
Go on.
Are you able to sign players in January?
I believe so.
With FFP and all of that stuff?
That's where they got to be smart. This is where if they go for profiles and not names, they'll be fine. This is where Amorim and the recruitment team and the whole Ineos, this is where now you show why you are paid what you are paid. Don't go and, it's easy to go and get, we can all go and say, all right, go get Eze, go get Kudus, for example. Go get Alphonso Davies, go get Interim. All great players, people. Not even disputing that. But go get me a player who's maybe not at that level, but is half the price. So rather than Kudus for 80 million, for example, go get someone who's just below his level at 40 million. And don't tell me they're not out there because they are.
Profile.
Scout.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Like, Jez keep going on about this wing back at Lecce. I forgot his name because it deceives me. Jez has been telling me about him for months now. Go get him. I'm saying, how can I ask my panel and go, who's a profile, and they can tell me, oh, this is such and such. This is a wing back you can go. Hey, if people in the content creator space know, they should know. Bear in mind, this is their job, people. But chat sport, whoever, whether it's Visa, whoever way is like, there's plenty of good players in the Premier League, but that's the easy thing to do, and you are going to get charged, which then, to Barnes' point,
Prem
FFP
tax,
potentially. Prem tax, which I'm not against, by the way. I'm not against, but however, if that's the way we go, don't get bumped. Go and do something. Taku says, what about Højlund and Xerxes? They need to be improved upon eventually. But until then, 5th of January, Aunt Dicko. I thought it was going to be my birthday, so thankfully it's not. It's 2 days after, because that's the last thing I needed. Because it was originally on my birthday, and I was like, Lord, no, it was originally the 4th. It's like, fuck. I thought they might change it, but now it's the 5th. But yeah, big up Carefree Lewis G for the raid. Shout out to my Don Lewis every single time. You lot run up the likes from the raid.
Big up Lewis.
So that's what it is with, man mentioned Højlund, Xerxes, whoever. As much as I don't rate the vast majority of our squad, get them in a system that gets more out of them. He's capable for the time being. And then in the summer, that's when, again, we need to scout. If we don't go get a striker at 10, because he plays 2 10s, a striker, 1 10 and 2 wingbacks, I'd be disappointed. We bought well defensively in the summer, and most of the players were defensive apart from Xerxes. Now this summer, well, the 2025 summer needs to be the flip. If we go sign 5 players, 4 of them need to be offensive. Because we did well. Euro, I think, could be a good signing. The Lit's been good. Mazarari, in terms of value for money, has been the signing of the season for me. Agate's now showing his worth. Cool. Now go on the other side, because we are lacking so much in terms of quality going forward. So we'll see what happens.
You think Amorim could really get something out of Xerxes?
Yeah. I think Xerxes as one of the 10s. I think that type of, because then if you're playing as 2 10s, the sole creative isn't because of you. When you're playing 4-2-3-1, you have much more of a burden to create for others. Whereas now you've literally got another 10 next to you, and you have a striker, and you have 2 wing backs, and you have a potential, depending who's playing in the pivot, another midfielder joining now. Xerxes, I'm going to give time in regards to what he does, but we'll see what's what with that. But do I think Xerxes is technically good enough that I think he can become a useful player? Bear in mind, I think he was 40 M's or something like that. Like, all right, cool. Get 40 million's worth of play out of him. That's how I look at it.
What was the deal with Garnacho today?
Oh, I'm going to get to that.
He scored. Oh, okay.
I'm going to get to that. Shout out Faz, man. And they say content creators don't matter, man. Big up Faz. Make sure you subscribe to Planet Faz, man. Shout out to Faz. Everyone would have seen that. You know what I'm saying? Big up Faz, because, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumors about that. I haven't seen it myself, but yeah, you could.
It's nothing Barnes. It wasn't anything. So Garnacho, I'm paraphrasing pretty much, but Faz always films outside the games, goes to every Old Trafford game like 4 hours before, 5 hours before, films the players coming in, goes live on his Instagram. So he's gone live, Garnacho's there, and he said to Garnacho, you need to pass the ball better, you need to score more goals, you need to work on your first touch. No aggression, no malice. Even though it's not my type of thing, it's Faz. Faz gonna be no malice, no aggression, no not anyone. Didn't swear at him, didn't insult him, nothing. Then Garnacho turned around and said to him, "Why are you not playing, bro?" As he's walking off, and then Garnacho, and then that's blew up, and that's why it's become a thing. Even though I don't think Faz is particularly bothered about it like that. Garnacho I say it now, but Garnacho by his initial reaction to me didn't seem to be bothered about it. And thank you for the comments, Warrior J, in there and now. And then it blew up. Troy Deeney was talking about it on the on TalkSport, talking about he's not a true, like, I didn't watch it, but I'm paraphrasing, was criticising Faz, saying he's not a true fan. Garnacho's our top goal scorer. I think Rio Ferdinand called Faz certain. Someone correct me on that, on the Rio thing. And it just blew up, basically.
What did Rio call him?
I think Rio called him a prick. This is what I heard. Really? I don't know if it's true. Yeah. This is what I've been told.
Hold on.
I don't know if... Hey, chat, let me know.
Hold on.
Yeah, go on.
I can probably go on a little bit of a rant here, right?
It's cool, man. Floor's
but
yours.
Are people so flipping soft and sensitive that they can't take constructive criticism? Even if somebody is giving you some advice that they're telling you from what the eyes are telling them and what you are doing on the pitch, to give you some criticism, to actually tell you, hey, you may want to do this or do that, regardless if he's a player or not of a fan. He might have played football in his career, but you could take advice from someone. He doesn't have to be a professional. The response is stupid from Garnacho, in my opinion. He could have said, no problem, cool, I could probably do that. That would have been more professional and better to actually respond to him, especially if he wasn't aggressive and he wasn't going at him or saying it in a rude manner. It shows the immaturity of Garnacho to begin with, in my opinion, and it just shows that he's a dickhead, to be honest. I can just call a spade a spade. Rio Ferdinand to actually call him a prick for actually saying so.
I need to double check that.
He's a fool in his own.
Let me know, chat, because I didn't do my full research. I believe he did, but I don't know for sure. Chat, let me know if Rio did call him out.
Even if he didn't, right?
Sensitive that they can't take any criticism at all. If people turn into fairies now, like everybody turned into a fairy now. If that's the case, go and be Thumbelina and go and fly away, bro, to Never Land. Straight goods.
But why would Rio even need to react? That's my point. That isn't something that requires more of that sort of discussion. Well, you know what's funny? The mainstream media had the idea about what the other media was supposed to be, and then
it was YouTubers. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I guess when he's on Instagram now, he's free to say what he wants, which is weird because then you're saying I can say what I want, but you can't say what you want. Then I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. We in a strange space, man. Strange space.
So I believe so. We're saying it is. And big up to Mr. Izan before we continue for the super sticker. Appreciated, my guy. Appreciate it, man. Mr. Izan. Much appreciate for the donation, my guy. Big up. And again, large up everyone that's tapped in. Run up the likes. Everyone who joined over from the Lewis's raid. Subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. The link is in the title. Click it right now. Yo, Flawless, Garnacho Faz viral video was also in the career. It's gone everywhere. Like I said, we're talking about on TalkSport. Crazy. Talks, and it's a nothing thing because even the way Garnacho responded was tongue-in-cheek. He wasn't even aggressive with it. He wasn't even those two actually evolved. Obviously, it seems to have bothered Garnacho now, but at the time, it didn't really seem anything. And to go tell you talking about the abuse, we know it's because, and I made this point on Saeed's channel, the reason also Faz is receiving so much backlash is because he's a fan favorite. Because if he would have said that to Harry Maguire, would he have received abuse? Yes. Would the abuse be much less? Of course it would be. Because people would be cool with that. Because it's Garnacho, and Garnacho is a fan favourite, people. He is. And that's simply what it is. So where was I going to go to? Oh yeah, the comments that Bruno made on it. Because for those that didn't know, Garnacho scored a banger today in the game.
Yeah, and he didn't celebrate.
And he didn't celebrate. And Bruno said this after the game, which I thought was fake. And I just tweeted this and said, no way Bruno said this. Mad thing. So he said, Garnacho scored a banger, but didn't celebrate like he should because he thinks he has lost faith from some fans. I told him people will always moan, but lots of people like you and enjoy what you do. Here the thing is with me to this, before Barnes and Pops, I see these men shaking their head. The reason people, to Garnacho or anyone who doesn't understand, the reason Garnacho is receiving criticism, which it wasn't abuse. We need to get that out of the way as well. There's a difference between criticism and abuse. What Faz said to Garnacho was not abusive. So we got to stop that. It was not abusive. It was criticism about his game. Now, you might criticize, you might disagree with where he said it, or he shouldn't be the one saying it. That's a whole different thing. Faz is his own man. Would I personally do it? No, but that's Faz, and Faz is free to do what he likes. So shouts to Faz, and I stand with him with that. And what Faz is receiving is abusive. The racial abuse he's receiving and the abuse he's receiving online is wrong. However, in regards to it, the reason why Garnacho was receiving criticism, people, is because of Garnacho. If his performances were better, guess what? You receive praise from the fans. Win us some games. Win us some trophies. Guess what? You will be praised to high heavens by 99.9% of the fan base. They will sing your name. They will laud you. You'll be treated by God. But on the flip side, if you perform poorly, you will get criticized. You know why? That's what comes with playing for Manchester United Football Club. Because you're not the only Manchester United player who has been criticized in this squad, in previous squad. Better players than you have been criticized. Players who have helped Manchester United win Premier League and Champions Leagues have been criticised.
Facts.
Multiple. So you're not above that. So the fact that it affects you so much that the fans have lost faith in you. Perform better. We've lost faith in you because of you. It weren't Faz. Faz ain't out there stinking out the gym. That's you. Don't blame Faz for that or fans, because you've been getting criticised. Perform better. I don't want to criticise Garnacho. But guess what? Your performances are poor, so I'm supposed to lie to cuddle your feelings. No. You play for Manchester United Football Club. Some of what you receive is abuse. 110%. But guess what? That's what comes with the game. Is it right? No. But deal with it the way it is. Serenity prayer settings, man. That's how you have to treat it. For those that don't know about the Serenity Prayer, Google it. But that's my thoughts on it. Yeah, Madison, do your job. And people will say, how would you like it if someone came to your job and was criticizing you? You are in a very privileged position. You play professional football for Manchester United Football Club. You play in front of millions week in, week out, sometimes twice a week. You are compensated very well. You are fine, and and the generation below you will be fine in terms of family. That's the compensate. Again, people, it doesn't make it right. It's the way it is. And he won't be the only one. And he won't be the last. So perform better. All this, I don't want to celebrate. Bear in mind, there's fans that love you. That's the craziest shit. Your name gets sung in Old Trafford. That's why Faz is receiving the abuse now. It's because he criticised you. There's so many Garnacho stan accounts. Garnacho FC, Garnacho 17, all up on Twitter, all up on the gram. You are still cursing out Faz right now. Type in Faz's name right now. But hey, we move. But we'll go to you, Barnes. Your thoughts on it. Man just laughed.
Bro, this is jokes. This is actually comical, to be honest with me. So you're playing bad. You keep hoofing the ball into the stands, thinking that you're a striker when you're a winger. You're supposed to be facilitating and putting the ball into the box and being creative.
Serenity prayer, bad boy prayer. For real. It is
100%. And you get a little bit of constructive criticism. You threw the toys out the pram. Now your fanboys or fangirls now jumping on Thaz because he said that. Man, people are keyboard warriors. But yeah, Bodhi said it in the chat. There's a lot of snowflakey people these days, man. They're so sensitive and up in their feelings. Listen, the generation that I grew up in, you know what we say? F your feelings, bro. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but names can't hurt me. You guys too sensitive. Way too sensitive. It's crazy. Listen, anybody in a regular job, if you can't be having poor performance after poor performance after poor performance, do you know what will happen to you in your job? Your ass gets fired. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And you ain't making nowhere close to the amount of money that Garnacho is making. Furthermore, I think it's pretty mad that a player of his level actually got songs sung for him. You've won nothing. You've done nothing for Manchester United. And you got a song. Do you know how long it takes for a player to get a song for them for Liverpool Football Club? You just don't make songs for players just like that. It don't work that way. Not for Liverpool. How is it so easy that these guys can get a song? And you know what? And the fact that the fans are doing stuff like that gets to players' head and it raises their ego level and they think that the shit don't stink when it actually does. But hey, yes. I'm just an old man, so.
What are you saying, Pops?
These sort of things just make me smile, man, as all, because as Barnes saying, when you work a regular job, you get an appraisal. And if your appraisal isn't where it needs to be, then you can't cry and say, somebody send me a message and help me out here on Twitter or whatever. It is what it is. I think, honestly, it feels like the news cycles is trying to create these things anyhow. So, as you said, Faz said something totally normal. Totally normal. In the old world where you weren't recording this and you had the ability to actually have a conversation with a football player, you could go up to the stands. Sorry, you could go up to the stadium. They would come out and you could have a word. And the word could be a good word or it could be a bad word. And the players knew that depending on the way you looked and how you approach them. Yeah, this fella look like he come in this is nice. Yeah, this fella look like he on smoke. And that's as easy as it was. We in the West Indies, we had the best cricket team. I used to be able to go up to Vivian Richards, Sir Clive Lloyd, shake the hand, tell them thanks, good game, bad game, you should have catch it, you should have hit a six. And it wasn't war and all that. And if you were on war, then you might get a punch in the face because these men was on war too. And that,
they don't play.
Again, I'm not saying that that's how you want it to be, but no, it's you put something online, somebody responds, then it gotta be abuse and it gotta be about your parents and your daughter and your everything, and your brother and your sister. And then we get to how we get there already. All the man said was play a little better. Everybody in the stand saying play a little better. He scored a goal. Good for you. Now he ain't celebrating. You all in showering me in the way he won't be showered. Shut up, man. See, the problem is, right, you want social media when it's good. So when you on smoke and everybody blowing whatever, yeah, you are the man, you doing it. Yeah, love it. You responding to everybody and your people. Well, not you, but your people. Sending out everything. Yeah, man, good job. Yeah, love it. All the hearts coming out. One man says something stupid. And this isn't him, I mean, just generally.
Yeah,
one man says something stupid.
Yeah.
And you've gone off. You got 99 good things and one bad thing. And now you focusing on the keyboard warrior who say, watch me get a rise out of flawless. I can say something stupid and it can go viral because he can react. And honestly, that's what I feel it is a lot of times, that people just do things because they're looking for that reaction. 100%. That click and that likes and that generation of something. So the Korean news, why would the Korean news be reporting on Garnacho? Respectfully, why? No, respectfully, why?
That's the new definition of worldwide, boy. Trust me.
Facts, man. Shout out Planet Fast. He was right when he said that shit.
That is crazy.
I hope Faz in some way gets to monetize this somehow. Faz, hopefully it works out in your favor. But you know what? All the abuse that you can get, block, turn off, shut it down, whatever you gotta do, report, get rid of it. Because the keyboard warriors ain't gonna stop.
It's agreed.
Jeez.
As people that just hide behind a keyboard and type what they feel like typing and say what they gotta say, but they can't turn around and say it to somebody's face.
But I didn't even know it was all of this, I just
man.
I just saw Garnacho score. He didn't really celebrate, and I said to myself, okay, no, not might get all of this because it was a banger. You rip one of them, you should be sure off and running.
Yeah. Not when he did it during the game, because they did a watch along, because he had like the collision, so we thought he might still be injured. And then obviously Bruno after the game has said this, and I was like, what? Because I was like, when it first happened, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. I understand why people feel a way about where he said it, not what he said. And I said this when I was speaking about this in regards to there was never going to be that Faz saying that to Garnacho there was never going to be a positive interaction, and Faz knows that, so that's why Faz cool. But I don't want someone I'm cool with to open him, because we're already open up to receiving abuse on here anyway. So when you do something like that opens up even more, and that's what happened. But yeah, in regards to it, it's like now it really, because I thought it didn't affect Garnacho like that. Clearly it did. Clearly it did. Now, Warrior J, I don't think we mentioned it, but Faz did jump on, but I don't think we did. And yeah, Sunshine said it. Then did you see all the players huddle around him after the game? Give me a break. Yo, you don't need to come to Beijing Reds TV or Sarcasm City TV. You see the criticism we give each other. Fuck. Man would have lost. You lot have seen me go through hell for like 2 years. No one gave a shit. It was like, yo, we just crashing on Flawless every single day while Ten Hag's in charge. These men were driving the bus literally 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I shown the show to my mum. She laughed. She don't even care. You know what I'm saying? And she a United fan too. You know what I'm saying? She's like, it's funny. You got to hold that, son. Like, that's pretty much the vibes.
That's it. But that's what it was. It. Hold it.
You just got to hold that. And I did. You don't watch me do that. You don't watch me. For those that have been watching for long enough. Hold smoke every day that ends in Y for years. Not just me. Same with Beijing Reds TV, all the man them over there, Barnes, Pops, everyone else, all of the United fans, Liverpool when they was going through it. And some people, when you talking the troops level or the Saeed level or rants, it's on a worldwide scale. It's on 1 million views. Like Fad said it, the clip got 20 million views of him saying that to Garnacho. See, the 20 M's.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you right though. How we get on each other. If he's so sensitive, but that if he came on something like this, he'd cry.
Yo,
literally.
Like, you gotta take criticism when you get something right.
As Amorim, right? I'm calling him into the office and saying, "All right, come here, son. This is a new dawn. This is a new era. Put on your phone, though, right? So forget all that, because I don't need this. Isn't something that you need on field. You don't need your players running around him to rally it. He just scored a banger. Oh, somebody said something. All right, just you could imagine Roy Keane
exactly
running around saying, "Oh, poor Garnacho, you've got a little criticism up there, mate." Get the grip. What do you mean?
Roy Keane would have tell you, shut up with your feelings, man. Carry on.
Roy Keane probably would have said worse to him if he was playing bad.
Way worse.
He would have said, we've watched it. There's a clip, people, when Ronaldo was at United, the original time, and we were playing someone, I can't remember, and Ronaldo put it over. I'm going to try and find the clip. He put the ball over the bar from like 6 yards out. Keane cursed him out, certain rotten, screaming, effing and jeffing at him. But I think he told him, he said, fucking put the ball in the back of the net, you prick, or something along those lines. And then the next part of the clip is Ronaldo then scoring. That's much worse than what Faz said. Much worse. And that's from a teammate where if Ronaldo responded back, we'd be much more understanding because teammates have arguments. So I get that. When teammates have arguments, people are like, I kind of get why he may respond like that. But clearly, I didn't think, because I said initially, Garnacho wasn't bothered by it. Clearly, he was.
I was hearing you in the Yardman show yesterday.
Yeah.
You said it. You said clearly he wasn't affected by it.
He wasn't affected, clearly. But this tells me, which I can't believe, like, I thought he had thicker skin.
His feathers got ruffled.
Yeah, I can't believe it. My man saying, work on your, like, and he was nice. That's the craziest part. Faz weren't even aggressive. If Faz was aggressive, I get it. If it was Kaneki cursing you out, I'd hear it. And Kaneki, that's my dog, that's my good brother. But I'd get it if it was Kaneki cursing you out, why you might feel away. Trust me. He was nice. And Garnacho, the thing is, this crazy is Faz, there's clips of Faz defending Garnacho. He literally put out the tweet today, one of the quote tweets, was Faz saying about how we need to back Garnacho and he think there's a player in there. This was before the start of the season. And how he was more deserving of the 7 shirt than Garnacho and all this type of stuff. So he's backed him before. But because he said that to you, it's an issue. It's like, all right.
You know what's crazy?
All right. Okay.
What about the abuse that Pogba's taken?
Hey.
This is nowhere in that level. Zero. Big up Don Hussam. Big up my brother.
So I love these two, man. Well done for the show. Big up to Don Hussam every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Don Hussam as well, people. Go on, Barnes. Carry on.
Oh, Pogba got abused. Pogba took bullets when Maguire should have took the bullets for games. Everybody rained down on Pogba. Kaneki said it perfectly yesterday. So many games, Maguire's cost you guys points by being a bozo. Flawless, do you know why I call him? You know what my nickname is for Harry Maguire? He is the nameless fridge. He don't even have a brand. He's just a fridge with no brand name. Zero. Waste, man. Waste, garbage, horrible centre back. And Pogba took licks for him for no reason. Pogba, for me, was treated very badly from Manchester United fans. Very badly. But he was probably one of your better players.
Yes. And just to clarify, I found it. Look at you lot. 1 second
You
before
found
we
it?
carry on. Here's the Roy Keane thing with Ronaldo. Look at this.
Let me see this.
I should play the video where I demonetized, but look, you lot, let me zoom in. You lot make out, you can see the stars already that he was expletives. Footage has resurfaced of Roy Keane appearing to call Cristiano Ronaldo a wanker and a pussy during Manchester United match. Because he missed a chance. A man want to talk about it. See, there it is, I read it. The former Red Devils captain was renowned for keeping his players in line, sometimes utilising a bit of tough love. Even Ronaldo was on the receiving end of one barrage of criticism when United took on Southampton in December 2004. The Portuguese sensation in his second season at Old Trafford was gifted an easy chance to score. Paul Scholes' shot was saved by Casey Keller, who was parachuted in from Tottenham on emergency loan, but the rebound fell kindly for Ronaldo. Yeah, instead of tucking it away, the forward tried to chip the American plays in his effort over the bar, and that lit a fire in Keane, who became instantly enraged by his teammate for not tapping it in instead. United were 2-0 up at the time. Yo, we were winning the game, people. We was winning the game. A man had enough. Winning the game 2-0 at home to Southampton. United were 2-0 up at this 2-9, but cruising. But that meant little to the perfectionist that Keane is. Footage was served by Instagram account at @RoyKeane_archives of the United legend losing his cool with Ronaldo. See, I remember this. Yeah, he cursed him out. Look, man, he was furious, man. Don't play it because I'll probably get demonetized. But yeah, I'll drop the link in the chat, people. Yeah, go on. You man, carry on.
That's what I'm talking about. This used to happen on a regular. But when you're a captain and you're a leader and one of your players do foolishness like that, you're right to cuss them out. Anyone think that when Michael Jordan was on the Bulls and you do madness, Michael Jordan didn't cuss you out on the floor? Oh, you hold it. In practice, if you playing that you ain't practicing properly, Jordan gave it to you.
And just to clarify, people, the video's on the page. I'm trying to drop it in the chat now. Go on, carry on, Barnes.
It's crazy. It's crazy how sensitive these footballers are these days. You got guys getting sensitive with this, and then you got other guys that are doing certain things, bottling handbags and stuff. But hey, whatever floats your boat, man. That ain't me. I don't deal with it.
It's mad. In yesteryear, it was a skip, innit? You would go into change room and some manager said, what was that at halftime? I didn't have anything to say. The skipper sorted out the team talk. Exactly. Had a few choice words with a few men, and here we were 1-0 down and 1-4-1 or whatever it was. Times have changed though. And as big up to our fan in the chat, big baby, as Roy would say, that's probably why some of those guys are sitting in the pundit's chair and not necessarily managing now or coaching now, because I don't know that they will be able to relate and translate in the current world. Because you're dealing with a man now, you're talking about image rights, and you got a whole set of lawyers. Ain't just about a contract. And years gone by, you literally used to get medals thrown at you. Yeah, Barnes, you played 12 games? Yeah, hold a medal. Flawless, how many you had? 12? Yeah, hold a medal. Yeah, see you next season. We can do the same thing again. We're running it back. And that was it. Because the expectation was you win, we can win again. See you next year. And all this hugging up and jumping around. And I mean, it's probably better for people's state of mind or whatever the case may be, but too far left is still right at some point. So
yeah, 100%. Doesn't like all it don't even only stem to football. It goes in all sports. like I'm a basketball head. I've been on the play about with Flawless. You see these guys going to play each other at the end of the game, then dabbing up each other and hugging a high five. You mad? Shut up with that nonsense, man. You on the floor with me. I ain't dabbing you. I ain't picking you up. I can slap you in the ground, give you a hard foul, and I ain't picking you up. What do you mean I picking you up? You're the opposing player. I'm going to hammer you. You're the enemy. This ain't friendship. But you know what the problem is? AAU basketball in the US ruined basketball because a lot of these guys end up playing with each other in AAU before they went to college and went to the pros. And then they end up being buddies and teammates.
They're brethren. Yeah.
That's why people in the 90s can't. That's why people tell me about the errors and so forth. And I know I digress to the NBA.
It's cool, man.
Nothing touches the 80s and 90s. Nothing. Zero. That was the toughest time to play basketball. And that's my errors. But hey.
Is he same in football, Warren? If you look at people talking about Southgate and what they credit him for most is making the England team a likable group. Because all of the ex-players will tell you, the Chelsea men used to sit at that table, Liverpool boys used to be out there, and the United men used to be here. We wasn't about it. Yeah, we would play together, but it wasn't about it.
That's the way it should be. Your rivals, your opponents. What do you mean dabbing up? You mean have a drink?
Internationally, you gotta find a way to get it figured out. So that's where it becomes techie, as they would say, innit?
Agreed. 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's crazy.
But Flawless, you gotta be looking at now, man. 4-3 and 4, 12 and 12, 0 goal difference, neutral 15 points. Just having a look at the table and saying, so many people in sight, man.
Season salvageable. I'm looking forward to after the international break. Ipswich away will be a tough game, but should win that. Home to Everton, I believe. 6 from 6. Then we play Arsenal away.
So 6 from 6 puts you 21. All of a sudden you in probably about 6th or 7th, depending on results above you.
Roundabouts where we should be, where I think we'll end up. I think I've said this. I think top 6 is definitely on. And if we finish top 6, cool. Bear in mind, I do add to Amorim him being at a deficit because it's 11 games before you. So if we finish, I think I said this on the show last week, but if not, let's say we finish 6 points off 3rd or 9 points off 4th, I'm looking at the board. You didn't afford this man 30. You cost him, or not cost him, but this man couldn't achieve 33 points because of you lot. He wasn't able to go and attain them. Like we was mentioning on the last show, Palace just got their first win against Spurs. We drew to Palace. Lost at home to Spurs. Who else did we drop points? Lost at West Ham, we were absolute awful form. That's what? So we lost to West Ham, that's 3 points. Drew against Palace, so you add 2 points onto that. Potentially, if we win that, that's 5.
You're on 20.
And we beat Spurs.
You in 3rd.
I'd say we beat Spurs. 23 puts us
23 puts you tied with City. Behind on goal.
Is it really that hard? And who knows what we would have done to West Ham, Palace, and Spurs in those games? That ain't really tough to do that. Beating Spurs at home, Spurs have just gifted Ipswich today or yesterday their first win. They gifted Palace their first win. Palace have been awful all season long. Palace have been awful all season long. West Ham want them, a large proportion of their fan base want Lopetegui gone. They're awful. So give us those 6 points.
Spurs doing Spursy things.
Spurs doing Spurs things. It's not difficult. I'm not saying, all right, we're just going to go to Anfield away and win, go to the Emirates away and win, go to Villa Park and win. No, I didn't say all of that. I didn't say all of that. I'm saying beat Tottenham Hotspur at home. Be an awful Palace side away. Be an awful West Ham side away. Things, and all of a sudden we sat in 3rd place. Potentially 2nd, depending on goal difference. But no, people wanted to back this nonsense that was going on. All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Arsenal got more points this weekend.
That's crazy, though.
Okay, let me get to a couple things as well. Ryan for the super chat says, it won't happen, but if Slot wins this league this season, where does this rank in managerial achievements in the Prem? We need to finish it by January. High up. Definitely high up. Where exactly? I'm not sure, but definitely a great achievement. It's right up there. 100%.
I guess the coefficient has to be whether or not you rate Slot. Mr. Lot, coming from Feyenoord, do you rate him or not? Because the team isn't a horrible team, so it's not as though he's resurrected a team that was dead and buried. So there's some credit there. But the idea is, all right, how good do you, or how much do you rate him relative to whoever's done it in the first year? So if he's not near Mourinho, not near Conte as man who did it in the first year, then I guess it would be huge.
I put it high up. Where would it be around them? It'd be tough. Like you said, it depends on how highly you rate them and you look at the team, etc., etc. But put it this way, incredible feat if he does it. That's what I will say. And it should not be slept on if Slot does it. He should
if
be
he runs
lauded
away
because
with
it's
the
not easy
league.
to do. Yeah,
If he runs
lauded.
away with the league and end up with 94, 95, 96 points,
Lauded.
now you got to say it's probably the best single season from a first-time manager of all time because none of the two managers that won the league had them sort of points.
Yeah. I can't remember what Chelsea's was going on the first.
He's fan base is into meltdown though. If he wins
I'm
this
just
league,
saying.
it's turmoil.
This is the
Turmoil.
grenade in the Arsenal fan base if he wins the league.
Yeah.
This is the one that affects them the most, and they even a rival. It should affect United the most, which it will. It would pain me because I'm like, imagine what you could do if you had your shit together. Shout out to Matisse. Me and him spoke yesterday. Big up to Matisse as well because he hit 100K, by the way. So salute to Matisse every single time.
Matisse.
Yeah, and he was like, imagine, he said it to me, he was like, imagine Chelsea, we had our shit together. You gotta be able to take advantage if teams are above you and better than you are not at it. And that's what Liverpool have done. Because even if City were flying, Liverpool would be right there with them. Let's say City was City and had only lost one game and won the rest, which they're capable of. Liverpool are right by them, waiting. You got to be ready for teams to pounce. So yeah, in regards to it, Ryan, incredible if he does it. Absolutely incredible feat, without doubt. Football capo, you saying this? Your old man, Lakito? Oh, who is that? Got a song before you. I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea. You lot in the chat, let us know. I have no idea. And they don't call it no one over here, old man. You know what I'm saying? Vintage, all right? You know what I'm saying? Divine characters on this channel, on this show in particular.
That's probably Lucha, isn't it? Yeah, that's
Diaz is he talking about? Yeah. Is Diaz got a song?
Yeah, he's got a song. He's got a song now.
Big song too. Yeah. Big song.
It's no. Yeah, he just got one this season.
Yeah, and some players do become fan favorites and get songs and stuff, but
it doesn't. You don't get it like right away. You know. Yeah. You get it. It takes a while.
100%, without doubt. But big up Ryan for the super chat. Big up Capo as well for the super chat. And Baz, you got to talk about Arsenal. Obviously, Drew. Arsenal drew 1-1 away at Chelsea. Took the lead, then conceded. Martinelli scoring and then Neto equalizing. So yeah, thoughts on the game and Arsenal in general.
Sanchez is a horrible goalkeeper because I don't know how the heck he let Martinelli score from that angle. Near post to beats me. I don't know how you allow him to score in that game. But good take from Neto, scoring a goal, 1-1. Hey, steal points. I wanted Chelsea to get this win. I was rooting for Chelsea. Probably the only time you would ever hear me say that. Rooting for Chelsea because I can't stand Arsenal. But look, I'll take the 6. We 9 points clear of them. Troops in meltdown. City League's done. Champions League's done.
Oh, he said Champs is done. Is that what he said? I didn't watch his review.
Yeah, he said big trophies are done. Troops said big trophies
are done. Hey, Troops, I will see you tomorrow. Well, later on today, my friend. I will see you. I will be there. Shout out Troops.
And I like Troops, right? Troops is probably one of my favorite Arsenal people I can deal with. I can't. All the other ones is just they do my head in. Anyway, but it don't get no easier. As soon as they come out for internationals, they got Nottingham Forest, which ain't gonna be an easy game.
It won't be easy.
And then they got Sporting after that, which ain't gonna be easy neither.
Yeah.
So
for you lot.
No Arsenal, and I said it and I can say it again. You guys ain't winning nothing. Arteta is the best. That's you guys were saying it. You're putting on the same level as Pep and Klopp, as your fan base, talking a whole bunch of rubbish as always. Hey, you're playing with 7 center backs consistently and expect to get a different result. You don't have no goal scorers, and you guys think that you're the best thing since sliced bread. But hey, the bread's stale. The wheels fall off the bus in the ocean, sinking. Take what you get, fan base. I can be here with it. Popcorn ready, bottle of rum ready, Coke, and the the soda water, and I can sit down here and drink and watch y'all melt down. Hold that. Coming straight from me, hold that. The league done for y'all. Period.
Literally watching troops lose his mind, and it's great. It's great. Just the realization hitting him. That's the great part. Is the realization hitting him. And the denial. He went through the 5 stages of grief very, very quickly, people. Extremely. I think he skipped a couple steps. Because he was at denial. He was at denial, people. Go and check them earlier back agains from this season, people. Because even months, the last one we did, watched it back. Because Troop tried to blame me. He was like, oh, you coerced me into saying it. And Monts was like, I watched it back. Flawless didn't do nothing. You said it, and he just didn't double down on it. He quadrupled down on it. We are winning a big trophy this season. He said it. We're winning the league or the Champions League. And now we just watching him in the 5 stages of grief. It's great. Word to expressions. Having more shots of Henny on the stream than Arsenal having shots on target in games.
Facts.
It's peak.
It's
It's absolute peak. Because he was at denial. Then he went to anger. And now he's just a mix of depression and acceptance. There was no bargaining. There was no bargaining. He skipped that step quick. And he's now at the 2 of depression. Because you can see it in his face.
Yeah,
and he's getting clipped. I see the picture. Because when Havertz scored, he did the Havertz celebration. And then when it got chalked off, you know what I'm saying? He got chalked off. He got chalked off. And you see the devastation in his face. They posted it in the group chat. I was saying, and someone tagged Lewis, and Lewis was like, thank you. So you know what Lewis is like. He probably looked at it on the stream. He's having a field day. Well, he did Lauren. Shout out to Lauren. No bargaining. He was not bargaining at any point. He didn't say, oh, let's go and get something and did it there and all that. He skipped that step. But denial was strong. Strong. Then he went, like I said, to anger. Watch him. Then he went to anger. And then he skipped over bargaining. And now it's just depression and acceptance. And there's anger in there as well, though. So he's like 2, 4, and 5 out the 5 steps, people.
I can't wait, Flawless. You know why I can't wait? Because I can't wait to put Guna Lee in a barbecue and bun him up. I can't wait. The last time he deflect and step around and do this and do that just to avoid getting burned. No, your hands tie, your feet tie, your neck tie, you wrap up in rope, you can't go nowhere, and you're gonna be on the spit. And I can cook you at the end of the season. I can't wait because you ain't got no more excuses anymore. No more. Your best centre backs that you have in the league, Saliba, rubbish. Go to Real Madrid. You guys can get cooked even more because he can go to Madrid. I tell you, he can go. Madrid is in his head.
Oh yeah, you go to Madrid.
It is in his head.
How do you start so high, right? And then at game 11 say it's done. How can you be that high? How can you have started so high and then telling me? Because let's just say this: if you were nearly as good as you thought you were, theoretically you look at it and say, all right, if we beat City and Liverpool, that's 6 points. That's 3 points each from them. If City beat Liverpool, that's 3 points City get, but Liverpool don't move. If you take 6 points then and we don't move, you move to 25, we're on 28. There's 3 points between us. That's how quickly things can change. Just those 2 games against those 3 teams. Now, if you put yourself in the position to say, this is the season that we're going to do it. How is it at game 11? You've packed your flags up, taken off your scarf and hat, and said, all right, see me next year. And just ready for vacation.
Great question.
I can't fathom that. No, I can't. If we go through a bad patch,
yeah,
I'm still going to say,
you're going to stand on it.
I've made something, and I still think the players are good enough. We have to find a way to know to turn that around. And it's not a belief thing, or it's all right, the quality is there, so these men got to figure it out. Whether it does or doesn't happen isn't in your control. I get it, yes. But to be so high from game week 1, to put everything in the trunk and lock it and basically say, call me next year when the season starts. I can't get it.
Because you know what it was, Pops? Because Prime made the exact same point you made on the Q&A before we did this. The reason why that is because then people didn't believe it themselves. It was all hope. And word to my guy Eddie, it was hope. It was copium. There was nothing logical because, like you said, we're only at game week 11. We're only at game week. Look how many games left. Look how many games there is left. How many points there is to be played. How much football there is to play. We are only 11 games in. There's still 27 matches to be played. 84 points to play for.
Agreed.
You're only 9 points off the top, and you are already, because you know that your team isn't good enough. You know your manager wasn't good enough. But rather than come out and admit that, I just be like, hey, you know what? Flawless is right. Mons is right. Lewis is right. Nah, we just gonna stand on this. And also, they didn't expect to be this bad this quickly. It wasn't supposed to go like this. But the draw to Brighton, the loss to Bournemouth, then how they're playing. They didn't expect these things. Injuries, because they did very well with injuries last season. Not so much. Yeah. And that's where it stems from. They don't believe it. Shout out Arsenal, man.
Yeah.
Love it, because we will be there.
And I said that when
look at you
review show.
We will be there. It is great, because I've been telling them, oh, you just hating. I'm not hating now. Oh, was all right.
I said at the beginning of the season when we did the review show, I'm like, Arsenal's been lucky and fortunate with not having injuries. If they start to get an injury issue, and it happens to every team at some point in time, they're going to capitulate. They can be in pure problems.
Hella problems.
And look at what is happening now. But they can't say that they're in an injury crisis because Liverpool's had injuries this season. City's had injuries this season. It's not Liverpool's flying on the top, but we've had injuries.
Tons of the teams have had injuries. Tons, not just all through the league. You can see it. You got people like look at Crystal Palace. Palace can't afford injury. Can't afford Eze not to be playing, and they've had injuries. We all get them. So what we're doing. Yeah, but they can't afford it.
We will be there, Flawless. We will be there.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this season.
Flawless is there already. Not will be. Flawless is there.
Yeah,
he's waiting for them to join him. He's there.
Yeah, like I told you, just hating. I'm not just hating now. And then that's why I treat like, what you want a medal? Yeah, but if you was right and flying, you'd be telling me how wrong I am. Well, now I was right. Now it don't matter. Like, okay, shout out troops, man. I say, Kai backing Kai Havertz, or Kai gonna do this, Kai gonna do that. And now you ready to throw him under the bus? I was like, Kai's poor. Well, Kai Havertz has been playing that way. But, hey, like I said, subscribe to Troops TV, man. I've still not watched this. I've still not
14 more likes, people. Come on.
Yeah, man. Get us up to 100 likes before we do indeed close out as well. Hey, Jez, you need to relax with all that. But big up my guy, Jez. This guy back in Liverpool to win the league title. You know, you need to relax. Shit, City or these men. Fuck. It's like hell, yo.
Don't worry, Jez. We win in the league.
See, that's it's crazy. Yeah, to take your time for it is crazy. And he cursed me out for posting that. Shout out troops. He like, yo, you keep posting. Others do that. I don't know them.
I love that. No, I love it.
Like,
Bodie, listen, Bodie, I can be honest. Me and Pops on we win in the league. We saying it with chest too. We said it at the beginning of the year. We ain't just saying it. We predicted Liverpool to win this thing. And I back in this team.
I respect it if you believe in your team, which is. It's just these Arsenal fans who just don't. It's like, yo, your team's not that good. Then they gonna make excuses no matter who wins the league when they don't win anything. I just need them outside the top 8 in the Champions League and for them to go out in the playoffs. That's what I need. Need them in the playoffs, draw somebody tough on accident like a Real Madrid and go out in the playoffs. I need that.
Oh yeah, that could happen though, Flawless. That could actually happen because I don't see them finishing in the top 8, so they will be in the playoff section.
Yeah, they'll be in the playoffs. Hey, run me Real Madrid. Hey, second leg to at the Bernabeu Champions League playoff. Oh yes. Oh, we will be there, people. Arsenal going to the Bernabeu. Super duper Mick.
Definitely do a watch along for that.
Oh yeah. I'm already planning that. Super duper Mick. They told me. That's what they told me. I'm 2-2. You know what I'm saying? They told me last season, oh, you gonna do this and that. You hating, we gonna win the league. All right, sure. I'm still waiting.
Okay.
Still waiting. You know, unbelievable that people still holding. There's still people who are holding on to this little fame that, oh, we can win the league. All right. Sure, man. Sure.
How long has it been since they won the league?
20 it has been
21 years?
20 years since they last won the Premier League, and it's been 4 years, 101 days, 6 hours, 47 minutes, and 3 seconds since they last won a trophy. People, this is legit. That's the exact numbers, people. Look at this. I wish I could pin this to my Twitter page or something like that. There you go. You lot see it right there. It's right there on the screen. 4 years, 101 days, 6 minutes. 6 hours, 47 minutes, and 22 seconds since Arsenal last won a trophy, people. Shout out Gunnar, because he put me onto this website, man. Big up Gunnar. Shout out to Gunnar. This is great.
So do they have a counter like that for when Champions League actually started for Arsenal?
I'm gonna have a look for that 1 second. I'm gonna look
rude.
for that.
That's rude. That's rude.
Let me have a look.
Look at you. That's rude, guys.
I'm gonna have a look 1 second, yo. Oh wait, countdown. Wait. Countdown. Hey, you lot, if you lot have that in the chat, let me know, man. I'm gonna search for this right now and see. If Arsenal not winning the champion, let me see if there is. Oh, that'd be great. Hey, winning a wait, and run up the likes as well, people. Where else you getting entertainment like this?
Lewis, man, you gotta stop with that talk, man. You talking about it took Liverpool 31 years to win one. So what happened? The last 18 before that meant nothing because it was a name change. We won 18 league titles before we won the Premiership. A league change, and what happened? The 18 just go out through the window. The fact of the matter is that
everybody has a drop, man. Everybody has
a drop. A European trophy, and you've got none.
No, I can't find it. There isn't one for Arsenal to count down. They need to create that. There isn't one.
Lewis, let that sink in. Ipswich has a Europa, and you've got none. Yeah, Nottingham Forest has 2 champions.
Lewis is an Arsenal fan,
and you've got none. Villa has
Lewis
1 champions league, and you have none. What are we doing? Spurs have a European trophy, and you've got none.
You know, it's crazy. West Ham have more European heritage than them.
There you go.
Because West Ham got a Cup Winners' Cup and a Conference League.
And the conference. Look at you.
Yeah, the conference.
Look at you.
Yo, is it not a European trophy? Is it not a European trophy? They have it. Because Troops tried to say, we have a Cup Winners' Cup. Okay, West Ham got a Cup Winners' Cup. And a Conference League. What are we doing? Yeah? It's not my fault. Hey, do better in Europe. Why people get mad at me? Do better in Europe.
Lewis is telling you. We all
Arsenal do it. Yeah, that's why I said it. See how I said it? I already do. I know the playbook. Because they try to hit us. We have the... so United have a Cup Winners' Cup. West Ham have a Cup Winners' Cup. And West Ham also have a Conference League. Spurs also have a trophy twice that you don't have in your history. We are even 2 biggest, most successful teams in Europe in London. But you lot run the city. But yet there's teams with boasted trophies you don't have. Yeah. 1 European trophy. Everton got a couple. Everton have been more successful than them in Europe. What are we talking about out here? All right. Well, yeah, shout out.
Is yours gold, Flawless? Is yours gold?
Mine's gold.
No.
Nah, it's not gold.
Yours isn't gold.
I've also got this thing called the Champions League 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't.
That's not important. It's not important. It's not gold.
You're still the second most winningest club in England when it comes to Champions League.
Gold. So. It's not gold.
Yeah.
Yours is not gold. You would trade your Champions League for that small gold trophy. I bet you.
Yeah, you right. You got me.
Being invincible and
you got me being invincible, man. Yeah. You got me, man.
Yeah.
Drawing 12 games. Yeah. You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Look at you, shameless, Flawless.
How am I shameless? You got me, man. I'm wrong. You got me, man. Caught red-handed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not. Hey, match day guru. Hate to break it, you're not the 3rd biggest club in England. Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal.
Facts. They are.
They have 2 trophies you don't have, and they have 1 twice City, and 1 once.
City eating up the stagger quickly too, though. City are
you better be careful. Stagger. Yeah, in league titles, yeah, that's all well and good. Chelsea got, I think, 7, 8, something like that. Like I say, man, if you can't boast, they have a trophy. They have 2 trophies you don't have.
I think Everton got 9. City are 10. I think City might be 10.
City, I think I got
City,
9. It's around that.
Yeah, 9 is 9. It's 9. Okay. Yeah, I know they.
It's crazy.
With Everton or past Everton. Yeah.
Like I said, man, Chelsea have 2 trophies you don't have. You're not bigger than them.
Nah, they got 4 trophies that they don't have. They got the Super Cup and they got the Club World Cup.
I forgot. Yeah, you lot have never been champions of Europe or champions of the world. You lot are just big in your ends. What is going on? You lot have never left the ends and been successful. Everyone left the ends and been successful by you. Chelsea, West Ham, Everton, Ipswich, everybody. Villa, Forest.
Villa.
Oh, Lord. Oh, you lot suck. Jesus. Oh, really? You lot just suck, man. Big up Arsenal, man.
Big up to the Gunners.
Yeah, man. Big up all the Gunners, man. Shout out to it. And yeah, Warrior J, Tony won't be back on Wednesday, but he'll be back next month. We just sorting out some family stuff, but he's good. He's good. Big up to Tony. And Warrior J, just DM me in regards to back again as well. But we are going to close out, people. Let's run up the likes because we're 7 short of 100. Subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Hit the like button here. Then subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Link in the title, people. Link is in the title. Make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
Nah, good, man. International break. Top of the league. Top of the Champions League. We got Mr. Luck.
First. And same to you, Barnes. Anything you want to add? And let them know what you got coming up and all that good stuff.
Reaction show tomorrow night and the week 11 review tomorrow night, and then nothing else on the docket for the time being, but stay tuned to the socials, stay tuned to YouTube, make sure you hit the notification bell. And sure, we're going to pop up with some shows over the next week or so. But yeah, outside of what Pop said, we still ain't playing nobody yet. We move.
It is. And don't forget, people, as well, do not forget also this show, all the other shows on the channel. All the shows you see, all the live streams you see on the YouTube channel are available on all audio platforms as well. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. You might prefer to listen to podcasts more traditional ways, people. Maybe you just want audio only. Maybe you don't want YouTube just using up all your data wherever you're at, or you want to be on your phone. That's absolutely fine, people. So yeah, Spotify, if you use Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow, and 5-star us, people. Type in Sarcasm City TV on Spotify, follow, 5-star us. Same with iTunes, or you iPhone users. Go to Apple Podcasts and make sure you 5-star us on there, follow us on there. In regards to today, I was going to say tomorrow, people, you were in the chat. You are not happy about the Arsenal takes. You think I'm wrong or whatever. Fan calling show tomorrow. 4:30 p.m. UK time. Well, technically today if you're in the UK time zone. Talk your ish. That's 4:30 p.m. Open for anybody who wants to call in. So it doesn't matter if you're a Manchester United fan. Doesn't matter if you're a Liverpool fan. Doesn't matter if you're a club who has no Champions Leagues or Europa Leagues. Don't matter. Feel free to call in, people. Talk your ish. 4:30 p.m. UK. I just dropped the link in the chat. And like I say, don't matter who you support. Doesn't matter where you're calling in from. Feel free to call in. Yeah, go on, Barnes.
Flawless. I got it for you.
Go on.
Arsenal is 137 years never winning the Champions League. In months, 1,654. In weeks, 7,196. In full days, 50,373. In hours, 1,208,952. Yeah.
Hey, drop that in the group chat. I need that. Drop that in the group chat. I need that. Drop that in the group chat. I need that.
Man, I heard a million days and say, yeah.
Man said a million days. Hey, drop that in the group chat. I beg you, drop that in the group chat. Send me that. Oh, is it a ticket that goes up, or is it just stay the same, or is it a ticket that keeps going?
No. I got it all. You sent it to you. And listen, Beijing Reds is 40 subs away from 4,200.
Hey, you lot. There's over 200 of you lot in here. Go hit the subscribe button now. The link's in the title. I'm going to drop the link in the chat as well. We ain't going nowhere until we at least have that. What do you say the next milestone is? You're 40 away from what?
We're 40 away from 4,200.
Hey, you lot. Go get Beijing Reds to 4,200. 1 second. I'm going to drop the link in the chat myself. You lot don't take liberties. Go support people. 1 second. Link's in the title right now. Link is in the title. Go get the great
Big up to our producer. Send that to me, Justin. Flawless. I just sent it in the chat group.
I appreciate it, man. Oh, yeah. I'm going to utilize that. Oh, yeah. 100%. You lot are lucky it's not a timer. I'm telling you, lot. I just heard 1 million. I'm with it. I just heard 1 mil. Like, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
In minutes is 72,537,100.
Man lit up like a Christmas tree when you said 1 million. Man said, "What did you just say? 1 million?
1 million.
Give me that. Give me that.
Hey, and if anyone in the chat, you lot got me on socials. If you lot find a counter for that, send that my way, man. Just at me on Twitter, at me on Instagram. Just be like, I've got the counter. And if you've not got a counter, create one, people. I know there's someone in there who can create counters, man. Create one and put them numbers in. But yeah,
listen,
Asian Reds, you see it there.
Our producer in the chat, Dakota, she says she can make a timer.
Oh, is it? Hey, Dakota, a real one. Oh, is this your producer? Shout out to Dakota. I'll make her a mod. No, I didn't know this was your producer. Shout out to Dakota. Yeah. Please, Dakota, make the timer. I beg, please put the site up. You know what I'm saying? If you need money, if you need half the money for the website, let me know. I'll put up half the bread. You know what I'm saying? For the domain. Like, I will put up half. Just email. I will send you them. I will PayPal you the money. On my life. I'll put up half. I'm with that. That's a healthy investment. You know what I'm saying? Put Sarcasm City TV, Beijing Reds TV at the bottom of it. 100%. I'm with that. Hey, I appreciate it, Dakota. You're a real one. Thank you. Much appreciated. Well, all right, people. The Arsenal jokes, yo, they're just the gift that keeps on giving, yo.
Look at this, man.
Oh, jeez. Oh. I said 1 million. That is crazy. I said 1 million hours.
What a way to finish the show.
Literally, that's a great way to finish the show just before I go on back again as well. Oh, this is great. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about Europe, man. You going to talk about that. Oh, for true, is this your dog? I had no idea. Idea, Bands. Hey, love the call. I appreciate it. Hey, please make that timer, man. I say you need half the money, let me know. But right, we're going to close out anyway. My guy Alam is live. Hey, Warrior J, we're trying to get a timer for for Arsenal's Champions League countdown. Like, because they've never won it. So basically since like the inception, which is like 1930 or something. Whatever the case may be. But yeah, Alam's live. We're going to redirect to him, people. But this has been the Manchester United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition, live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.